IELTS Academic Test. What is IELTS Test?
What is IELTS Test?
IELTS stands for the International English Language Testing System and the most popular English test all over the world. IELTS test includes all English skills, listening, speaking, reading and writing which assess your English language ability. Each year, there are over 3 million tests taken by people who are ready for higher education and global migration.
What is IELTS Academic Test?
Depending on your plans in the future and the organization you are applying to, you can take IELTS Academic or IELTS General Test. IELTS Academic Test is for people who would like to study abroad, in particular in native countries. And it is accepted by over 10,000 organizations worldwide, including schools, universities. IELTS certificate values in 2 years.
How you can register for the IELTS test?
It's easy and quick to register your IELTS test. There are currently more than 500 centers, in over 120 countries. Firstly, you should find your nearest IELTS test location. Finding here. Secondly, you can go there and register directly. Remembering to bring your passport or identify. Or you can register and pay online.
What is the format of the IELTS academic test?
You cannot get high band score if you do not know the format of the exam and have good preparation. Let's see the test format and make sure you can understand them clearly. Listening test format. The IELTS listening test will last 30 minutes with 40 questions. There are 4 sections in IELTS listening test and the level of difficulty is higher and higher. You will listen for recording of the native speakers and write down your answers to the series of questions. At the end of recording, you have extra 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. In Section 1, you will hear a conversation between 2 people said in an everyday social context, for example name, telephone number, address, postcode. In Section 2, you will hear a monologue said in an everyday social context, for example a speech about local facilities. In Section 3, you will hear a conversation between up to 4 people said in an educational or training context, for example a university tutor and a student discussing an assignment. In Section 4, you will hear a monologue on an academic subject, for example a university lecture. Speaking test format. The IELTS speaking test will last about 12 to 15 minutes and be recorded. This test assesses your spoken English. There are 3 parts in this exam. Part 1, the examiner will ask you general questions about yourself and a range of familiar topics. Such as home, family, work, studies and interests. This part lasts between 4 and 5 minutes. Part 2, you will be given a card which asks you to talk about a particular topic. You will have 1 minute to prepare before speaking for up to 2 minutes. The examiner will then ask 1 or 2 questions on the same topic. Part 3, you will be asked further questions about the topic in Part 2. These will give you the opportunity to discuss more abstract ideas and issues. This part of the test lasts between 4 and 5 minutes. Reading test format. This test will last 60 minutes and you do not have extra time to transfer your final answers to the answer sheet. This reading component comprises 40 questions with a variety types to test a wide range of reading skill. There are 3 long texts taken from journals, magazines, books or newspapers. You will do not have enough time to read all the texts. Remember that reading with the questions in your mind. This is also the key thing in academic reading. Moreover, you must learn how to use some skills like scanning, skimming or guessing idea in the text. Writing test format. This test will last 60 minutes and comprises 2 tasks. Task 1, you will be presented with a graph, table, chart or diagram and are asked to describe, summary or explain the information in your own words. You may be asked to describe and explain data, describe the stages of a process, how something works or describe an object or event. You need to write 150 words in about 20 minutes. Task 2, you will be asked to write an essay in response to a point of view, argument or problem. You need to write 250 words in about 40 minutes. The IELTS Band scores. IELTS is a multi-level exam and you can get score between 1 and 9 for each section. Each organization requests different level. Most of universities demand an IELTS score of 6 or 7. In some universities, if you do not meet the request, you must attend an English course before main course. In listening and reading tests with 40 questions, the band scores can be calculated following this table.
In speaking test, the examiner will follow these criteria.
Fluency and coherence. Lexical resource. Grammatical range and accuracy. Pronunciation. In writing test, the examiner will follow these criteria. Task achievement. Coherence and cohesion. Lexical resource. Grammatical range and accuracy. How much does it cost to take IELTS? Fees are set by test centers and vary from country to country. Expect to pay around £160 GBP, €210 or $230 USD. If you want to get your target band score, you should improve your English first. Follow your website, we will help you step by step to achieve your goal. Goodbye.